Hello and welcome to West Country Wanderings. Welcome to another one in my railway series. I'm back on the Dean Forest Railway. Well, not at the moment. I'm in Bathurst Park in the town of Lydney. Now, previously on the Dean Forest Railway series here on West Country Wanderings, if you remember, I've covered last time I was at Whitecroft, one of the lesser known stations. I've also done Lydney Town and Lydney Junction, of course. So this time we're going to head to the furthest extremes of the DFR at Parkend, which is 4 miles north of the town here. I'm going to grab myself a coffee here, just chill out in the park before we go over to Parkend to start filming some trains in action at that end. So I hope you can join me here on West Country Wanderings for another railway adventure. So here we are, Parkend. Behind me there is Parkend Level Crossing. Just behind Parkend Level Crossing was once Colford Junction, and that's where the lines split on the 7NY railway, diverged off left towards the town of Colford, off right towards the town of Cinderford, and just to the north of that it continued on to Lidbrook, where it joined up with the line coming down from Rosselmoy, making its way down to Monmouth, which we have covered, of course, previously here on the channel. Beautiful place just to chill out. I'm waiting for the next train to arrive in, which I think comes in around about 1:30, which is the Heritage DMU. So I'm going to film that coming in and going out again, and then we'll go on to Nortshire to film some steam down there too. Now, this is the first time I've been back to Parkend since the 1970s when I was at primary school. It was on these tracks here, just outside the present day station at Parkend, which has been completely rebuilt, where I first experienced my Dean Forest Railway adventure. And it was a brake van ride shortly, just across here towards the crossing at Parkend there, across the road. And it literally just shuttled backwards and forwards just a couple of, well, probably just 100 or so yards. I was at primary school at the time, and it was my science teacher that lived here in the Forest of Dean that brought us here for the day. And I can tell you what an adventure and how exciting that was. It was really, really tremendous. And I think part of that enthusiasm that he had for the revival of railways has rubbed off onto me too. I'm not, like I've said in the comments section previously, I'm not a railway buff, I'm not an expert about steam trains or locomotives, but I do love railways. I do understand what a vital purpose they have. Both the existing national rail lines that we have in the UK, vital communication connections, but also heritage lines as well, which provide not just a nostalgia function, but a wonderful place for families, particularly at Easter, like I am here on Good Friday, to come and enjoy the experience of both steam and heritage DMUs too. In those days, the site was a lot more rudimentary than it is now. Part of the line at that time in the 1970s was still partially used by BR to serve the quarry a bit further along. Later on it closed, and that meant that Dean Forest Railway could expand their operations. And I think it was in the early 80s that the site here from Parkend was kind of mothballed, and the centre of their operations first of all moved down to Nortshire, and then the concentration around Lydney Junction, where a lot of the tracks there, where the 7NY railway connected with the main line between Chepstow and Gloucester. Really important point that is now, and it's great to see that really, really restored, as it is here at Parkend too, with the wonderful signal box behind me and this station building here as well.
So how's this happy snapper then? Yeah, he's alright, right? So you emailed me. When your wheelchair's coming back. You alright? Yeah, all done.
Now, originally there were two level crossings here at Parkend. The one we've just seen, which is the one near the signal box, but you can also make out tracks here in the road going towards that gate there. We'll have a closer look at that in a second. And I can't remember if this is the original link down to Colford or whether this spur just served a nearby coal quarry, because of course we're here in the Forest of Dean, which is surrounded by former coal collieries. Now, I do apologise for the road noise here because we're at a busy junction, but this is the other side of that road heading in the direction of Colford, but I think it just went on a little bit further. There is a brick wall over that road there now, but there must have been another level crossing where the road diverges down towards Colford at some previous point, but that must have been some time ago, dating by the age of that particular wall. Just have a quick look. Now, our railway, where I was doing the piece to camera with the Parkend truck, couldn't have continued across the road here, because where you see that brick wall, underneath the road here, underneath that, is a leat. And I would imagine that leat powered the ironworks that was once here too. So that must have just been a siding. It went across the road into a small siding or stabling facility. And I believe the railway ran north and then split three ways, as I said, to the aforementioned Cinderford, Colford and Lidbrook. Incidentally, if you want to check out one of my fellow YouTubers' channels, a gentleman called Parkinson's Walks, I know some of you, my subscribers, have come across to me from Parkinson's Walks. Hi, Ron. He's done several videos, including one I think he put up yesterday or possibly today, looking at the Lidbrook area and the remains of the railways there, including part of the tunnel. It's absolutely fascinating. So if you want to check that out, have a look and see what the railway looks like now around Lidbrook, then check out Parkinson's Walks channel. Now, the enormous building behind me is all that remains of the former Parkend Ironworks. This was built in 1799 and it housed an enormous steam engine. Later on, the requirements of the water were so great that they built Cannock Ponds some 1 mile south of here to draw the water from it to get it to go. And around 1799, two other large ironworks were also built hereabouts in the Forest of Dean. It closed the latter part of the 19th century, and in the Second World War it held American troops. That was their barracks, and now it forms part of the Dean Forest Studies Centre. So inside the station building, you have a wonderful array of books and booklets. You even have some second-hand spotter's guide from, wow, Ian Allen ones there, that's terrific. Bargain price of 25p, that's tremendous. And also collections of railway magazines, lots of back copies of Steam Days there. But as it says there, they don't have any room for any more because they've got loads of them. Terrific to see that, and that's a lovely original fireplace there, I do believe. Probably moved from somewhere else when this was rebuilt, reconstructed. And down here, got a great selection of books. A tremendous selection there. That's fantastic. Yeah, so it's this station is well worth coming to visit. And I just noticed up there that it was reopened by Princess Anne, HRH, the Princess Royal, 19th of May, 2006. Here's a great photo on the wall, what Parkend used to look like. Now that there is the former ironworks that I showed you earlier. And there's the footbridge. And back there's the signal box, so a new building, which I'm standing on just about here. But the original the track layout is still the same. You still have two tracks curving away before you get to the level crossing. And you have this spur here. That Parkend truck was just over here, just by the road there. So that layout is exactly as it was, which is brilliant to see. I just picked up one of the leaflets, really worth reading. So we've got an Easter egg hunt going on today, obviously being Easter. But the next big event is the May Spring Gala on the 20th and the 21st of May. So that'll be worth checking out. And it says it's a return of the panniers. So you have the panniers and the prairies. It's the pannier number 9681. And it will be joined by the Prairie steam locomotive 5541, which is a resident one. I think that's one that I've filmed here before. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tour of the fabulous Parkend station, one that's not often shown so much on YouTube, so it's good to get some coverage of that and also to see some trains on the channel again. There'll be other videos on my railway series here on West Country Wanderings, one where I visit heritage lines like the DFR here in Gloucestershire, but also where I explore lost railway walks and other adventures featuring old railway lines too. So I hope you can join me for that. If that's the sort of thing interests you, then consider a subscribe and hit the bell. Then YouTube will tell you when another one of my railway series uploads. Indeed, any other videos that I do here on West Country Wanderings. Until next time, take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and I hope to see you on the channel again very, very soon. All the best for now. Cheers. Goodbye.